Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be restoring the headlights that I got on the Mustang, the Raxiom circle lights. So basically, if you look at them, you'll notice that they look a little, one looks a little dim than the other from the sun. Let me zoom out so you can see what I'm talking about. It's hard to see, but you can see that this one here looks a little dim than this one here. So we're going to restore that with some stuff that I got online, and it's the VHT night shades. So basically this is supposed to restore the color. Then I got a clear coat to go over that. But the first step you want to do is you want to remove the headlights, and then you want to kind of like weather seal the connection. So I got a bag and a tie wrap to keep those dry, because what we're going to do is we're going to wash them. So as you can see, these are about to get washed. So let's get over here and wash them. So here we go, it's time to wash them. You might want to make sure that you get that soap. The soap is very important. Even though the paint's gonna go on only red, it's a good time to clean off your lenses, you know, get all this dirt off. So let's do just that. Always use the soft side, of course. You don't want to put no scratches on here. Nice dirt off of here. You know, it doesn't have to be shiny like 100%, but you know, at least get all the main dirt off there. That's what you're looking for. Okay. Alright, let's wash that off. Okay, so now that we washed them, we're going to go ahead and dry them off real quick with a towel. Nice and easy. Just dry them off. Nothing fancy to this, just dry them off. That's it. Everything's drying perfectly. This is the one really that doesn't have a lot of color to it. If you notice that it's kind of like sun faded. So get these dry the best you can. As you can see, they're kind of dry enough right now. Yep. They're getting there. Yep. Now what you want to do is, once these things dry off, you want to hit them with a little bit of alcohol so that they can get ready for their paint. And of course, here's your paint right here. Here's your paint. You need your clear coat, and of course we're going to do some sanding. I just don't have everything on the table yet. I got to prep these up and mask them so that they can get a nice coat on them. It's going to be real tricky because there's this circular piece right here, but for the most part, you know, you're going to get really good results. It's going to look more like this when it's done. I don't know if you can tell the difference. The one on this side right here is the one that's a little faded, and this side is looking a little bit better. But we're going to put 10 coats on each one, and you got to spread them out like 10 minutes per coat. So let's get on to the next step, which is going to be alcohol prep. All right, so I got me some tape and drape, and out of this tape and drape we're going to be using the that 22 one you see right there. So that one looks like this. It's this little tiny one. So we're going to tape and drape that one. But first, before we do that, it's alcohol prep time. So these things have been sitting now, and they're already ready for some alcohol prep. So after the alcohol prep, then we will mask. All right, let's get this going. Alcohol prep time. So basically what you're gonna need is you're gonna need the alcohol, nice clean rag. Prep them once, we'll prep them again after we're masked. So this is the first coat I'm gonna put on here. Just prep these up real good. Get them looking nice. Get all that crap off of them over the years. Goes in. You want to get it all in there because remember, this is all red. All this stuff is red. Okay. Okay, this is good. Dry them off a little bit. Layer 1, alcohol prep. Okay. Of course, they're going to get another layer. So there it is. We'll wait a few minutes for them to dry. There it is. So we're going to start off with the tape and drape, and of course you're going to have to be really careful with this tape and drape. So basically you want to go and you want to kind of like go around the edges the best you can, and make sure that your tape goes around the edge of the light as best as you can. You might have to cut it for several pieces just to get it right. So just get creative, start wrapping, and also make sure that you have a set of blue tape just to wrap your tape and drape and seal it all together. So I'm going to go ahead and start this up. We'll see you back soon. All right, so we got it masked off. Sometimes you have to use tape in areas just to keep the paper, the masking down. So now we're going to do our second round of cleanup with alcohol, and we'll be ready. So I will do that right now. Second round of alcohol, just to get it, you know, cleaned up and ready to go. Doesn't take too much alcohol because you cleaned it already. So this is just going to be a couple drops, and then you're going to apply the drops to the outside. Once again, inside. Just want to get it nice and ready. And of course you got to get like a nice little cardboard box like I did right here, and we're going to spray it. So I have another table that I'm going to go on, and this will be good right here, this table right here. So I'm going to put them in there. And of course, you want to get a really good angle that you're going to be spraying. I got me a spray nozzle. And the first thing you want to do is you want to get your position ready so you can spray. And then that's exactly what you're going to do. All right. Okay, we got the last layer of alcohol on them. They're ready to spray. They're inside their destination. Now you got to shake this up really well. But here's what they look like in the box. They're ready to go. I will be shaking up this can to get this started. So that's what I'm doing. I'm almost ready to go. As you can see, everything's looking really nice and bright. It even looks good just the way it is, but we're gonna go over it with a few different coats, and it's looking really nice. Headlights look like they're gonna get restored really nice. I mean, that's really nice. And here's just a comparison to the one that was looking really good. It's actually gonna look like this now when I'm done with it. So this is gonna be really nice, guys. Now the whole process is going to be just spraying both of these down and getting them to a place where we can, you know, do a little wet sanding. We're going to wet sand them down just to make sure that they're perfect before we slap the clear coat on there. And then of course the clear coat comes on. But you have to definitely sand these down just a little, just to get out a little imperfections and orange peel and all that stuff. So that's the main objective of what we're going to be doing here. So I'm going to spray both lenses. The first one's pretty much halfway there. There's got to be a little bit more spray on it, of course, and then it'll be ready to go. Here's what we got so far. This is what we got so far. So it looks really good. So we removed all the plastic off of the left side, driver's side, and here it is right now. Looks a little rough right now, but the sun will dry it up, and I'll go over it with some sandpaper and we'll get it looking nice. Here it goes. Here's the look of it right now. You can see there's a little bit of imperfections from the tape and drape, but I'll get that all squared away and I'll show you. Alright, so it's been sitting here in the sun for like about 15 minutes. We're going to go ahead and start the wet sand process now. So get your wet sand and get it ready. Here we go. Wet sanding. Here we go. Okay, there's the wet sand. Everything looks nice and soft. It's all wet sanded. It's all good. Now let's buff it out. Let's do it. All right, so here it is. It's all waxed up. I'll be putting a second coat of wax on in a few minutes. So you want to go 2 coats of wax. And don't worry about all this other stuff around it. This is all going to get waxed and cleaned and it'll look nice. So here we go. All right, everything has been waxed. So we're just waiting for it to dry up, and then we're gonna go ahead and wax on and wax off. You see it. So now it's time to buff out the imperfections real quick. So we're gonna go and buff out the imperfections. This time I used paper because it's easier to use paper. Okay, it's looking really good. Now I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit, make sure there's no excess hairs or anything from the buff. Just gonna get that all off. And there's all kinds of sticky stuff over here. See how that sticky stuff gets on there? So just kind of pull it off with your finger. Now we're gonna give it a nice coat of alcohol, clean it up. So yep, there we go. So this is what it looks like with the alcohol on it. Nice and clean. We're just gonna clean that up. There it goes. All right. Looks really nice so far. All right, we're ready to go with the 2K clear. Here we go. So here it goes. This is the first layer of the 2K clear. Everything's looking really, really smooth. It's looking so nice. We're gonna give it nice, good coats. So we're gonna wait for the second coat. This is coat number 1. Everything's looking really, really nice on this one. It's coming out really good. All right, let's go. Now, just so you can see a comparison, this was the faded one. Now this one looks like it's the faded one. This was the bright one. So when I'm done, they're both gonna look really, really good. So that's one faded one, which is now restored. And this is the one that will get restored very shortly. As you can see, this is coming out really, really nice. We're gonna get this light looking really good. Let's get started on that second coat. Here we go. Yep, so here it goes. This is the final look of the tail light restore. And I gotta say, this looks really, really brand new. I mean, this thing looks amazing. It shines, it sparkles. This is the 2K clear coat that's on it right now. Looks amazing. I highly recommend this for your tail light if you're trying to restore it. Fuck, man, I mean, just take a look at, you know, this was the nicer of the two, which is gonna get done next. And it looks, you know, nothing like this right here. This is just really amazing. So this is gonna be the finished product. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the second one now. Thanks for watching, guys. So yeah, definitely you're gonna want to get this kit, you know, with this VHT headlight repair, or it's called VHT night shades. Perfect with the you know, little trigger on the top, and then this is your 2K clear coat. So here it is. All right, so now that concludes this video here, and at the end I will be putting on the final product so you can see it on my car. Well, the car's kind of dirty, so don't give me no shit. Later. All right, there's the final product here. Everything's gonna go get dried off, and I'm gonna bring back the other side, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one. So here is your final look. Everything looks amazing. Alrighty, so let's regroup with some of the stuff that we use. 2K clear coat high gloss for the end. VHT nightshades spray. I also used the trigger to spray the VHT. 400 grit sandpaper that you're gonna wet sand everything with. I found it easier to use white paper to mask. White paper and some tape. So that's all you need for the project. You're gonna need some patience, of course. What I did was I cut my wet sandpaper tiny so you can kind of get around the edges and stuff. And yeah, there it is. So everything has been sprayed and we're just waiting for the final results when they dry off, and you'll see them on the car. Alrighty, there they go.